everybody, Bob with Knives Town here. Today we're looking at a knife by Tops. It is the Tops Tom Brown Scout knife. This knife will ship in a bubble wrap sleeve that comes with a Tops Knives decal for you to proudly display, as well as an envelope that contains the warranty and certificate of authenticity. These knives, these Tops knives, are made in the USA, so that's a plus. It also comes with this Lansky knife sharpening brochure and the bubble wrap to keep it safe. Alright. Tops uses Kydex Shades on their knives, and if you're familiar with Kydex, you probably are if you've owned any kind of knives in the past. Kydex is a very rugged, tough type of material that will withstand the elements, weather, anything pretty much that you'll throw at it. And it's an excellent material for a sheath, excellent material for out of doors and rugged use. It's a friction sheath, so the knife is held in there just with friction. There's no clasp or no loop or lock or anything on it. It does have a non-removable clip on it, and this clip is designed so that at this end down here, if you can see that, it will wrap around the belt right down there at the bottom, so you can see, so it makes a wrap around there, and then this comes down like that to lock it in, and that's a good spring steel, good tension on that there. So that's how that works, and that'll keep it very secure. It also rotates. It rotates clockwise, so you can turn it this way for horizontal carry, or of course you can turn it at any angle for like that for cross draw carry. Keep it there so it would sit like that on your belt for the cross draw, or any way you'd like. It does contain 3 holes here for tie down, and it is screwed together. The knife removes like that, and that's what we've got. That's the Tom Brown Scout. Specs on this knife here. That is a 3-inch blade. It's made of 1095 high carbon steel with a Rockwell hardness of 58. That's a 5/32 of an inch thick. You can see it does have the black traction coating on it, on the steel, which is there to protect it. It is 1095 steel, which is prone to rust and corrosion if not protected, if allowed to rust. This coating will protect it from rust, but of course the exposed steel, such as on the edge there, that would need to be kept dry. You would want to exercise just some basic care and maintenance on that. It does have a black linen micarta handle scale. It is full tang with a nice white spacer there to offset it. Has a lanyard hole with a brass insert. And those scales are held on with Allen head bolts, and those are 3/32 of an inch. 3/32 Allen wrench is what you would use for that. You can see the Tops logo there. Tom Brown Scout. That is just a nice little knife. This is the more I look at this and the more I get familiar with it, the more I'm liking it. This knife really, this knife could do you well for pretty much there's not a whole lot that this knife couldn't do. It could be a hunting knife. That certainly has enough sweep and enough width and belly here to it that you could certainly field dress game with that. It's a general duty, a general shape, a general purpose shape. So I mean, it could serve, you know, around the camp type chores. It could serve as a caper. It could serve as well, I mean, it's got a 3-inch blade, so it could serve as a personal carry knife. That would certainly do well in tactical or defensive use as well. You know, I mean, throw it in a backpack or a bug-out bag, and you're just fine. You're ready. It comes with a couple of holes here drilled into it, into the knife blade area there. So I guess you could make a spearhead out of it if you wanted. You know, lash that to a stick and make a spearhead out of it. You can see it's got excellent finger grooves here. Three real good finger grooves there, and that really, I like how the middle one is further out than the other two, because that just is very ergonomic. That's exactly the way your hand is. See? No, it's not too small. I wouldn't want it any smaller, but it's not too small. It's just right. It really is. It's just right. Feels good. I always like a knife with this black linen micarta, because it's such a good material. You know, I mean, it feels soft that it's never gonna irritate your hand no matter how long you're working with it. I doubt you'll ever get a blister or anything with that. You know, it's just rounded. The shoulders are all rounded, and it's smooth, and when it gets wet, it doesn't lose any traction. It's a great material. Really is a great material. On the back of the blade, there is some jimping there, you know, to assist in that grip, and then there is also a thumb rise here with traction grooves built into it there, you know, for that hold. But then there's also sort of a reverse thumb rise, where rather than forward pressure here, now you're putting rearward pressure on, like this. So, and that's good for detail work, like, you know, like the caping, like I said, or this way, you know, for this kind of use. And it is a straight ahead point, so you're not underpowered in the piercing department at all. That's a very good piercing knife too. It has a Saber Grind on it. I mean, it's flat ground from the halfway point. So that's your Saber Grind. And it keeps its thickness. It keeps its thickness right down to the edge. But it's a good edge though. That is a good sharp edge. That is a very sharp edge. That's a good sharp edge there. That's really a nice knife. Now, you're not going to go wrong with that. I like how it's flat. You know, I mean, it's got a real thin profile. You know, it lays flat. So when you wear it in the sheath anyway, it's a flat knife, so that'll ride close next to your body. So really, I suppose it could be a boot knife also. There's another possible function. You know, I mean, it could serve in the boot knife, serve as boot knife duty. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly it's flat enough anyway. It's about the right size. It could do that too. That's a great little knife to have. That's the Tom Brown Scout. Alrighty, well, thanks a lot. I'll see you again.